get there is going to open up everything else from here. So a good position to attack the turtle. We're just going to work a really basic kind of a jiu-jitsu style turtle position here, where I'm attacking on the side rather than coming back, looking at leg rides and stuff like that, which are perfectly practical. We're just going to focus on just this approach for now. So when I'm here, I want to drape one arm over Matt's back. I want to lace under his armpit and get his wrist. Okay. This is just a basic underhook control here. This is pretty important for me. Now in the gi with this free hand, normally I'm kind of trying to punch in and threaten a clock choke or get a clock choke if I can. Since we don't have a gi, I can still threaten to get to his neck, but I'm thinking more of a seatbelt at that point. So I'm going to lock up here. We'll talk about that in a second. So the first thing I'm going to look for when I'm in this position is what wrestlers might call a spiral ride. Basically, it's just me setting my first hook. And to do that, so normally Matt's elbow is going to be inside of his knee. We'll be nice and tight here. So I want to get my hook in this side. Very rarely do I want to go try to set my far hook. If I try and go over Matt's back and set a hook, a lot of times I'm just going to end up falling off the side. Very easy grip and rolling in that case. It's just too much momentum. So whenever I'm setting the hook from the turtle, I want to attack the near hook. So boom, I got my wrist control. I'm up on one foot, so I got kind of like a knee on belly kind of base going here. I'm driving into Matt, getting a lot of pressure. This hand here is kind of floating it, looking for an opening. So I'm just gonna come right inside and just get my fingers right inside the knee. I start kind of rocking Matt, looking for stuff. I'm gonna push in. Once I get that weight off of his leg, as I come back, just open this up just real quick. Let's just replace my hand with my foot here. Push this hook nice and deep. So whenever I get this hook, I don't want to be here. This is a bad base for me. This is not good control. I want to get my shin all the way on the mat. So that way I can pump this arm between his shoulder, between his head and his shoulder, come through. Then I can lock my seatbelt, which we'll look at in just a second. Start attacking the back here. I got my wrist control on the far side, I'm in nice and tight. I'm just kind of just pushing, like I'm trying to get to his neck here. As soon as I get his weight to come off of his knee a little bit, just open it up. All I need is just a little bit of space. Get my foot in, slide it nice and deep, all the way between his legs. Now my seatbelt, I'm just gonna grab like this. I'm grab my top wrist, my bottom hand, always. I'm gonna punch this through nice and deep. Grab my top wrist. Now to get my roll, I'm tucking my chin nice and tight from that. I'm digging my toes. The foot is between his legs, digging those toes into the mat, and I'm pushing this way. I'm going to push forward. Now once I push forward, then I'm just going to roll over my shoulder, take him down, start setting my second hook. One more time, guys. One more time. So here, got the wrist, slide this open. Put my foot in, push it nice and deep. Get my seatbelt, punch this in, grab my wrist, toes on the mat, almost like a runner's position here. The foot is between my legs here. Push him forward. Don't try to go straight over, push forward. Here, then roll him over. Lock everything in nice and tight, keep your head nice and tight. Set your second hook. Do that shot first, guys. The small wrist, okay? So in this position here, if I'm threatening to open up Matt's legs, a lot of times he's going to close those legs even tighter. There's some jokes in there. So I'm in this position. I start looking to pull this knee out. Matt's gonna make that turtle. He's gonna get really skewed everything in because he's trying to hide that from me. He's trying to keep that leg from opening it up. So I'm actually gonna go to a Kimura position here. So I'm gonna start bumping him. I'm looking for this leg, really threatening it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pressure away. Because right now, the way my body's structured, I'm kind of stopping Matt from rolling this way, right? Because I'm connected to him. I'm keeping all this weight on him. I'm just going to take it away and circle towards his head. Here. It's a real nuanced kind of attack, and Brad wrecked me with it for like 3 months before I figured out what he was even doing. So it's really effective position. So just controlling this wrist. I'm here. I'm trying to get this leg. I'm just going to rotate my chest this way. Okay. So right now my chest is here. I'm going to go like this and kind of just take this structure away from Matt. Here. As soon as I get here, grab this wrist up. Okay, so I'm controlling the wrist just like this. We go to a Kimura grip. Immediately start stepping over, pinch his head, do all that fun stuff. Let's focus on getting that roll. And this opens up all our core options. There's a mat take here, there's arm bars here, there's a crucifix, there's a lot of fun stuff in this position. So I got the wrist, here, boom, boom, trying to get this out. Matt starts getting that leg in nice and tight. So I'm just gonna just pull him over. Circle, lock up that wrist nice and tight. Start coming up into my core positions. Circle this way a little bit. So whenever I'm attacking this Kimura, I gotta keep Matt on his side, okay? When Matt's on his side, I have the angle of rotation. I'm trying to get his hand all the way behind his back. Almost like I'm trying to make him touch his own head, which would be pretty gross if I actually did make that happen. So I gotta keep him perpendicular to the mat. So it's really important if I get in this position, I clamp my knees up nice and tight against him here. I don't want to be completely up here. There's too much space. Pinch these knees together. I'm kind of using my toes too. I'm locking my wrist in nice and tight here with my figure four. So in this position, I have a lot of control. I keep him from bellying down. I keep him from going to his back. Now also in this position, I'm in a good spot to keep attacking this arm. So a lot of the really basic, one of the most basic defenses here is they grab their own shorts or their gi belt if they're wearing the gi. And from here, I'm going into his hip. It's not very efficient for me. So what I'm going to do, see how that's called space here? Take that away. Get my chest to his elbow. Posture up. So now I got my chest attached to his elbow, and I've got a lot of tension on this grip. I'm going to go the opposite direction first. Break that grip very gently. Get this tap here. So I'm bringing this down. Use my whole body. This whole core twist, not just arm wrestling. I want to use my whole body to get this arm to break this shoulder. Now the guy on the bottom, okay, you should tap as soon as that grip breaks properly. But also, as soon as your hand goes past your hip, as soon as it goes behind your hip, you've lost. Okay? If you haven't busted the move by then, you're probably not busting the move now. Because you get super weak once you get past that point. Just one more time. So I'm in here, I'm trying to get to his back, I'm trying to open this up, he's starting to get in nice and tight. Just roll over. Put that wrist up, step over, pinch my knee nice and tight. Posture up, no space between my chest and his elbow. Use my back. Grip the opposite way, very gently bring it back. Do my partner time attack. We're all friends. Go for it, guys. There's a lot of different ways I can attack with this position. We're gonna keep doing that on Saturdays for the next couple of weeks, so feel free to jump in on that. It's a fun class, the no-gi on Saturday. So the next position we're gonna look at, rather than go back over that option, some of you guys saw it already, we're gonna look at what to do with a way to attack off the sprawl. So you're still attacking the turtle, it's just a little bit different. So Matt's inside on the head and side single here. Okay? So this position, I gotta get an underhook in. I gotta start making space. I get this underhook in right here. So I can start using this to make distance basically. If I don't have an underhook in here, I can kind of sprawl this out, but I don't have anything stopping Matt from moving forward here. So whenever I don't have a wedge, it's really easy for Matt to keep following me and start turning the corner. And you start setting up all kinds of different stuff here, and that ends up getting pretty bad. So that's why we look at the underhook when we sprawl. So I'm here, I get an underhook right inside, right between his shoulder and his neck, punching this in. My other hand's just kind of checking the hip, checking the thigh here. And then get this hip into the mat, hip that he's attacking, sprawl this out nice and heavy. So now right away, I'm going to take my left hand, my hand is free, it's on an underhook, I'm going to push on his elbow. I'm going to circle my hip here next to it. So I go from being out in front of Matt, sorry, I'm going to go from being out in front of Matt, start coming to the side, basically get my knee next to his elbow. Punch my underhook through, and grab my hands right here in his armpit. So I'm just locking my hands up. If you guys can't see this, feel free to move. So I'm locking this up here. Now from here, I'm just going to keep traveling with my knee and I'm going to dive it on top of his thigh. Here. Okay? Now in this position, I'm going to keep my chin nice and tight, throw my leg over, twist my arm, get my tap. It's a really slick guillotine, really fast guillotine, and there's a lot of different things that make it really effective. So let's look at the basic mechanics first. We'll talk about why it works next. So here, we got the underhook. Sprawl it out. Checking the arm, checking the tricep. My punch my underhook nice and deep through here. Put my leg on the outside. Lock my hands together. Step. Dive my knee in here. No deep. So I'm kind of hooking the hip with this foot. Keep my chin nice and tight. I don't want to open up here. Mat 10's going to pop out. So I want to keep my chin right on top. Throw my leg over. Now when I finish this, I'm crunching in, and I'm not stretching out. I'm pulling my elbow through. Almost I'm trying to point my top elbow to the ceiling, if that was the ceiling. Here. Twist. my attack. It's all core. Nice tight blood choke. Good one here. Pop this out. Check in. Circle. Wrap my hands up nice and tight. Dive my knee in. Wrap my leg over. Twist. Get my submission. Now, why am I using this kind of funky guard? Okay, so there's a couple reasons this position works really well. So for one thing, I got his arm kind of dragged. So if I was taking his back here, which is another option for his position, I'm in a bad position already because he wants his arm over here. So that arm's over here, you walk with space and open up his neck, protect his brain and get choked off blood here. The other thing that makes this work, whenever I'm playing a guillotine, Matt's escape is to try and go, he wants to get cross body on me. So if I was working a basic guillotine here, when I wrap his head up, he'd want to get his hips on the other side. Now that guillotine is not really effective. So by loading my legs up on the side he wants to go to, I make it really difficult for him to escape. He doesn't have anywhere to go. You know, he has to get past 2 legs to get all the way around. That's a lot of distance to travel, a lot of hopping to do before I shut that blood flow off.
Are you picking him up, Marshall, or are you just holding?
He's staying nice and tight, just twisted.
So this leg isn't going to your right?
I'm just blocking. Good question. So keep everything nice and tight. Keep that chin on his shoulder. Twist, 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 twist. It's all twisting. Don't go back. Don't arch. Keep everything in nice and tight, nice and compact. Because everything that opens up off of this, we won't be able to get to it. If I'm in here, if I feel Matt's head starting to pop out, I gotta be ready to drag. Come up, start attacking his back. You gotta stay tight. You let that head pop out, you're flat on your back, you just get in the top position. That's no good. So let's give that